What's up guys, it's Missy. I'm back with another SimCity build a video. Today we're going to be doing a low-level contest to mayor's walkthrough for the city meadows. Before we begin, hit that like and subscribe button. I try to put videos out multiple times a week. This last week has been a really hectic week for me, you guys, so I didn't get to the side pass video this week. You guys know what's in it, but basically I'm back now, so if you want me to do a review on your week, just send me your album and I'm more than happy to do that. I have a couple of people I have to get through and then I can get to yours. Okay, we also have a couple of spots available in the group. If you're an active player on the Missy's Building Guide or a high-level player with a decent city and you're looking for a group, you can join us, but you will need to watch the group rules video and the new members to Neverland video. You can find those in the Neverland playlist. You can join us on Facebook at SimCity Build It, MissyAnne We have a page and a group. Hit like on the page and join on the group. Okay, so as you guys can see here, this person has a little bit of experience left, not much. Decent amount of storage, Sims Cash, coins. Just know that November is not too far. If you are a high-level player, you guys really need to focus on stacking up those regional coins and population on your regional map so that you can buy your hotspots if you already have enough trees. And if you're a lower level player, you guys try to stack up as many platinum keys, cash, and gold keys so that you guys can go crazy in the November sale. Alright, so he's prepped feed, paint, ladders, melons, tables, garden chairs, rolls, and watches. Low-level players consider shop productions and factory productions to be premium. I also want to make a point of saying that we've had a lot of bizarre point assignments lately on people's lists. We've had like 800 keys, things like that, a 1,000 cargo. So if you guys are noticing that you're getting really weird tasks, send them to me on Facebook or on our Facebook page. There's a post that you can comment on. Alright, so premium assignments are assignments that can be worth up to 3,000 points. Non-premium cannot be worth 3,000 points. Rotatable assignments are assignments in your list below 2,000 points. Main assignments are assignments in your list above 2,000 points. No-touch assignments are assignments that you will not do for the duration of the contest. LR assignments are last resort rotatables, assignments that get done just before the streaks to bring in any factory productions or upgrades. Excluding the epic project at rotatable value, you will mark that LR, but you will try to do it within the first 20 to 25 assignments only if you absolutely have to. Okay, so the first one here is a premium nails at rotatable value. That is in the streaks. Then we have a premium limited, which means that it can only be done until the resources have been utilized. Then it's a main task. Okay, then we have a premium main VU, non-premium limited time monster at main task value, non-premium cargo at rotatable value. High premium can be worth 3,600 points. It's no touch because it's an upgrade, but at least it's there with a low value. Then we have a non-premium limited last resort rotatable epic. At this value, we're going to try not to do it, but like I said, if you need the doorway, if you're running very low on doorways and you have no other options really, if you're within the first 20 to 25 assignments, try to get this one rotated in. This gives it enough time to either come back, because they usually come back about 3 times in a row, or stay away. So that'll make it to where at least it'll be back in the main list before you begin the streaks, and that way you don't have to worry about failing a streak due to the downtime of the epic. Okay, premium, no touch on the sugar. At this value, we would not do sugar. Non-premium, last resort rotatable on coins. This assignment can be done. It usually gets 2 to 6 rotations before it returns. It's usually something that you would do just before the streaks to bring in any upgrades or factory productions. Then we have a non-premium, no touch on the design challenge. So we have 2 out of 7 upgrades in the list. I want to make another point of saying that you guys, as I've seen a lot of people doing this lately, a lot of you guys are avoiding unlocking airport stuff because you assume that you can't get upgrades, and you can. Okay, we have a lot of people that you not only can get upgrades, but you can get airport assignments like deliveries and things. Those are premium assignments you won't be able to do. And as for the upgrades, the risk of getting them is still there, whether you unlock the airport or not. So you're not doing yourself any favors by leaving it locked up. Okay. Then we have a non-premium limited time war attack at the value of 800. That would make it rotatable. Premium rotatable paint. Now, a lot of people that don't understand low-level comm very well don't understand that even though these are at a very low value, because you are a low-level player and you have to stack up so many upgrades, any doorway that is not a no-touch doorway or a high algorithm non-premium is a good doorway regardless of value. And let me reiterate that. Not a good doorway, it's a doorway. Meaning, once you've utilized up some stuff, you've gotten a lot of your assignments done, you've stacked up your upgrades, you may have to do the paint or the work hard beings that they are your doorways. A lot of people try to avoid that kind of thing because of value. Don't do that, okay? If you need to do it, you need to do it. So, starting off the week, he would automatically start with the assignment that he can get done the quickest, the easiest, the most in value, the best in opportunity, all that good stuff. So when comparing your guys' assignments, and a lot of people don't really understand this, I've had a conversation with somebody recently where they're like, okay, well, this week this was wrong, and last week that was wrong. Da, da, da. So many people say that to me, and I don't really know how else to say it because I've said it so many times in so many different ways. You have to look at everything, but think of it like the circumstances have changed. Okay, so you're looking at these situations as if the circumstances are the exact same. You know, like last week I had a factory production, and this week I have a factory production. Last week I was supposed to do it before the streaks. This week I wasn't supposed to. What's going on? It's the same situation. No, it isn't. That is the exact point I'm making. It's not the same situation. The circumstances are different. Okay? So keep that in mind when you pick your assignments. We had another person post on our Facebook page that it was a very brief post. It said something like keys for 1600 versus VU for 1000. That's all the post said. Okay? Now, some people tried to answer it, which if you've learned anything from me, if your answer isn't I can't answer that, then you haven't learned anything from me. Because think about it. If you're a high-level player, what would the answer be? You don't know. But it would more likely be the VU. They're assuming that it comes down to those two assignments. What about history? Have you already done the keys? What about doorway? What about you're a low-level player? So maybe doing the VU would actually bring more risk of an upgrade, right? Without knowing how many assignments have been done, what league you're in, what level you are, what the history is. Without knowing all that stuff, you cannot give anywhere near the right answer. And until people learn how to compare those types of circumstances, you're not going to be able to pick your assignments correctly. I want to make that point very clear. So when it comes down to looking at this, looking at his list, it comes down to picking between the 3000 VU and the 3000 war card upgrade, right? Okay. Now, what would make one better than the other if they're both the same in value? Well, the opportunity is different. So war disaster upgrade comes back less frequently, right? So there's that. It's quick. It's super quick. You just click one button and it's done. That would make that obviously the first go-to, okay? So you do that, he gets a 1350 on chemicals. Now, chemicals at this value we wouldn't touch. So now we would move down to our next best option. So comparing this to anything else in the list, we have VU for 3000. That's the highest in the list. It's a main task, good opportunity, premium. That's going to be your next obvious choice. Now he gets a 3000 Paris. Now, that is probably something that we will have to cancel. It just really depends on if he gets decent assignments, if he has a whole lot of upgrades coming in. But you would never cancel, you almost never cancel a upgrade immediately after it comes in. It doesn't make sense to cancel it yet. Okay, so the next highest is the monster for 2,000. Now let's say that your monster isn't there, but it's like 30, 40 bucks. You should pay it, get it done, get it out of the way, because if you don't, usually when it's about 30 or 40 bucks or whatever, it's like a day away. By that time, you will be too close to the streaks to want to do that assignment. Okay, and it will have taken up one of your main task values. So consider paying for the monster if it's at main task value, depending on how much it is and where you see yourself by the time it does arrive. So, monster, okay, now he gets a premium London, which is 2,000. Now he gets a 1920 on spatulas. Now, that is almost a main task, not quite. It's premium, so there's that. Now he gets the VU for 2,000. Now, I want you guys to pay attention. We've had a 2,000 London. We had a 2,000 monster, 2,000 London, 1920 on spatulas, and a 2,000 VU. So 4 assignments on this doorway that have been pretty much main task value. That makes this a good doorway. So whenever this doorway ends, depending on what it ends with, we may be able to go back to it to pick up, some decent assignments. Now, as you can see here, monster always comes back right away. It came back for 1,500. That makes it a no-touch assignment. Okay? So that doorway's done. Regardless of if it being a good doorway or not, it's done. Now, he's going to move to the next highest best option, but you also want to make a point of always looking at your list as a whole, especially being a low-level player. We have a no-touch monster, a no-touch cancel, Paris, a no-touch chems. We have a no-touch Old Town, a last resort rotatable, not really a good opportunity epic, no-touch sugar, last resort rotatable on the repair and the coins, and a no-touch upgrade. We only have 2 doorways that are good in opportunity at the bottom, plus the cargo. And we're only 6 assignments in. That's not a good thing, okay? So he does cargo, and he gets a 3K VU. So we've already had VU, 3 times now? That's good. It's a premium assignment. It's easy to do. That's why we make a point of doing that. Now, we have 4 card again right after the VU, so it's possible that this could be a repeat assignment this week. Normally, the war card does not come back, a whole lot, so if it is, that's probably because it's a repeat task. Now he gets another 3,000 upgrade, so he has 2 in his list. That's not a good thing. He's going to have to cancel. Not yet, though. We got to make sure that, we at least try to do some rotations to make sure they're not just going to flood us with upgrades. So the next one, we would not resort to our last resort rotatables. Those are to be done before the streaks or in reverse rotation. So the next one would be, he's either got that war card down at the bottom, the epic project, and the paint. Now, if you have to do the epic within the first 20 to 25 assignments, this is one of those situations where he really doesn't have any doorways available to him, right? So it probably would be a good idea to rotate in the epic now. Which he went with a war card upgrade. Now I want to go back and I want to make it clear as to why, or actually, what did you do? Hold up. Because you have an upgrade there. What did you do? Hold up. He did a big no-no. He did a cancel right after an upgrade came in. That is why we don't do that. Because it was immediately replaced with an upgrade. Okay? So, what you should have done was went back, looked at your list, right? Look at your list as a whole. You have the epic doorway, and you have the 2 doorways at the bottom. Then you have the last resort rotattables, but you're only 10 assignments in. So you're going to have to, you know, figure some doorways out for the, another like 40-something tasks or whatever. Meaning that you really need to open up, if you're going to try to do a cancellation, you're going to want to make sure that you're not getting flooded with upgrades. So you should have looked at it and said, okay, out of these, I've got an epic at 1200, I've got a common war attack, and I've got paint. Now, war just started, so it's not like a super big deal. Paint is pretty low in value, and you have nothing else besides the epic, which is at 1200 points. Okay? Now, if the epic needs to be done within the first 25 assignments, and it's holding a 1200 point placement, it would be better to rotate that in now, get it done, and either back into the main list, being that you don't have any doorways really, and then decide if you can cancel. Right now, you did a cancel, you got another upgrade, so now you went with the 800 war card, and you get a 1400 melon, 1600 Paris, 3000 VU. So now you're canceling after you get the keys. Let's see, you're almost 15 assignments in. Okay, so you get 3000 VU. Now you get plastic for 1680. All right. So he gets a glass task for 1600, and he has a 1600 keys. So he does the keys, and he gets feed for 1960. Does the feed, because obviously it needs done. So this is something that I want you guys to pay attention to. He's at 4 days, 8 hours remaining. Feed is at 1960. So that's 2 rounds, right? Given its value and given the fact that he's only 18 assignments in, it would be wise to get this out of the way, especially since he's had 2 cancellations and he has very minimal doorways, so he really can't afford to move to his last resort rotattables this soon. So he does the feed, and he gets a 2000 keys. And he does what exactly? What did you do? You did feed. Oh, well, you didn't get the 2000 keys from that. Okay. You got the 3K VU. All right. Now he gets a launch-specific war attack. Then keys. Paris delivery for 3000. VU for 2000. 3000 Tokyo delivery. Keys for 1600. Okay, so given that this doorway was good to you, I would have tried the keys again because they haven't been coming in for 1600 points a whole lot of times. I would have went with the keys one more time, especially since, let me see how many tasks. Yeah, I would have tried keys one more time, then went to the cement or whatever it is. Okay, so here he goes. So here he gets feed again for 2280. Now he's 27 tasks in. So it's beyond the point of being able to do the feed before streaks, especially since it would be the second time. So that would be an indicator that it could possibly be a repeat task. We would not want that to happen before this or during the streaks. So now he tries keys, and he gets a 3K war attack, which I'm not surprised, honestly. Like I said, that was a good doorway. Now he gets a 2K London, and he goes with glass. Now, this is a mistake. Now, I remember him contacting me throughout the week to explain why he was doing this, and I believe it was because he was going to sleep and he needed the doorway, and that he had enough time with feed secured that if he got glass in the streaks, he could do it if he needed to. Oh, I didn't realize you rotated the paint already. When did that happen? I must have missed that. Okay, so with the fact that let's look at his list. He's got delivery to Tokyo. He has to go at least another 11 assignments. He doesn't have hardly any upgrades in his list. Okay. So he's got the coins and the repair. Now, see why he should have done the epic a ways back. He has a lot of factory tasks. So, you know, doing the feed would just be pointless. He really doesn't have a choice. He kind of has to do the glass. He could have done the Tokyo first, but that would have put him closer to the streaks, and he was going to sleep anyways, right? So, honestly, the glass, yes, I understand why he did it. Okay, now he does the glass. He gets metal, so he goes with Tokyo, and he secures one upgrade. Great. Now he goes with metal, gets the work hard upgrade, and flour, then VU, then work hard upgrade again. This is making it a repeat task. Delivery to London. So at this point, he could continue to work this doorway, but what are you noticing? It's not giving him an upgrade. That's what he needs right now. He's got 23 assignments remaining, so he really needs to start jumping around or he's not going to be able to secure his upgrades. So he goes with repair. Then he gets minerals. I would have rotated in the coins after that, not because of anything other than just to scramble up your list. Like, yeah, you can go with the minerals, but you really need to get, you have quite a few upgrades you still need, you know, so I probably would have went with the coins. So now he does minerals, he gets VU, now he gets his upgrade, so he goes to bricks, war deliveries, London. See, this doorway, it's, you know, we're burning through too many assignments. He's at 17 left. Repair again, should have went with the coins at some point. Yeah, there you go. Now he does coins. There you go. Gets the Latin. All right. VU. Paris. Then he gets shoes. Wood. He secures his regular residential. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. He's got all 7 upgrades at exactly 9 tasks. Okay, remaining. So that's good. He's got feed secured, chem secured, and sugar secured, and epic. So about the only thing that would cause any bit of an issue would be the glass. He has 2 days, 9 hours remaining. So what this means is that he really, really needs to move quickly, because if he does get the glass, let's say he gets 1 task for 2 rounds. That's 10 hours of downtime, right? So move as quickly as you can. Gets 1920 on grass, 1425 coins. Then we've got a 2,000 keys, 2,000 London, 1,800 cargo, shovels, 22 donuts, coins again, Tokyo, cargo again, planks, coins, London. I had a lot of London deliveries this week. Tokyo delivery, repair, cream. There's the glass. Okay, we knew that was coming pretty much. That is 2 rounds, except for the fact that he probably purchased the premium, so he probably did it in 1 round because it's for 44. Now he's got 1 day, 18 hours remaining. He's on streak 5. So that would be done in 1 round. That's 5 hours. Okay. Just a heads up, you guys, if you're going to sleep and you are dealing with the streaks, if you know which factory productions that you have in the main list, you can prepare for the ones that are not there. For example, let's say that you start the streaks at 3 days remaining or something, like in his situation. If he's going to sleep, I would have prepped glass, so because I would know that that's the longest one. Just don't prep it if you're going to be working, because if you prep it and then you get metal or something, you're going to be pretty pissed off. So as long as you're going to sleep, you can prep your factories. Okay, coins. Then he gets glass for a 2nd time in the streaks. So this is 3 times this week. So that makes it another repeat task. This is for 2 rounds. Okay, we're at 1 day, 13 hours. This will take 10 hours off that. That's only going to leave him 24 hours. He's on streak 6. 3 more tasks, so he should be okay. But he also has to continue on with his tickets depending on his competition. Caps, minerals, finishes up, and now he can pick up where he left off with highest value, which would be what? The feed, and that's 2 rounds. Okay, so that's what? 12 hours? And he won with 195. Oh no, you went down to 9 tasks remaining, so that was your tickets. Okay. I believe, right? Yeah, okay. So he was able to do the feed. He got second place. No. Yeah, he got second place. You know, at the beginning of the week with your epic project and that cancellation and all that, that's pretty much where shit went wrong for you. My advice to you would be to look at your list as a whole, try to think ahead. You did really well with that with the glass, which we talked about midweek or whatever. Usually epic is something that you try to avoid like at all costs, so I understand why it didn't really enter your mind, but you guys try to pay more attention to the circumstances that would lead to a situation like that, because too often a lot of low-level players, they end up in a thing where they know that it's possible. You know, like they know that there are circumstances where they would need to do an epic project within the first 20 to 25 assignments. But then when those circumstances happen, they don't know how to recognize them because they're not very frequent. Try to pay attention to what the specifics of those circumstances would be so that you can notice it when it happens.